Latham with Environmental Harmony. Today we just finished up an install in Bowie, Maryland. I'm just going to quickly walk you through it, show you what we've done. As you can see it's raining, so we'll make this fairly quick. First we demolished the cement slab that they had running from the driveway to their porch. We brought in a whole bunch of flagstone, leveled the entire area, and installed this beautiful flagstone path that wraps around their porch and down to the gate in their backyard. Then we installed this perennial landscape. This client specifically wanted a lot of color in their garden, but they are dealing with an area that was pretty much fully shaded. They called us in because they're having issues with this giant, beautiful oak tree in their yard, shading out the grass, and a lot of the lower branches of the oak tree had died. So when we began the project, we trimmed up the tree to remove any kind of dangerous dead branches, and as an alternative for them, their shade-loving turf, we've installed this mondo grass, or a mini variety version. Just installed plugs all along the perimeter of the mulched area. That should spread pretty aggressively and cover the whole yard as a sort of a turf for a nice shady area. In here we created this extension off the flagstone path where they can have a bird bath or a bench. It sort of invites you into this planted area, which will become really, really lush and full as the garden matures. In here we've got a lot of heucheras, hostas, ferns, things that are going to create a sort of a lush, full look as they grow. As the plant mix for this install, I've chosen a lot of Ajuga, different varieties of bugleweed. So this is super low growing and will create a dense carpet along with this creeping jenny. They did want a lot of color, so while it's a shaded area and that presents a bit of a challenge, I went for different colored foliage to give them the effect they're looking for. This is also a slightly taller growing Ajuga that will flower. And then we have ferns. Over here we have this really beautiful woodland meadow phlox that is also going to spread and meander along. We have a lot of hostas in this landscape because they are shade loving. They're also edible, which is one of my favorite things in a plant. And they come in a pretty wide variety with rather striking foliage. So sourcing some of these plants presented a little bit of an issue, or challenge I should say, this time of year. It is mid-October here in Maryland, and we just got a little bit of a cold front today, so we got these plants in the ground right away. But I think I got the only remaining peonies in the entire Maryland area. These guys were very, very, very hard to source, and as you can see, they don't look great. They are going into dormancy. They have a lot of new buds and a lot of buds at the base, so I'm not really concerned about their viability, but I have explained to this client that they'll just have to let them drop their leaves and deal with them not being so beautiful this time of year. However, this was one of the key plants that they were really excited about in their landscape, so we went ahead and put in 4. On the edges of the porch, we have planted anemones, which will grow about 4 or 5 feet tall and have beautiful, colorful flowers throughout the year. In front of them, we've got lily of the valley bulbs planted all along, with also some crocus to sort of surprise them with a pop of color in the spring. I also put hellebores in this landscape for that early spring and really late season color. Same thing over on this side of the porch. We've got the anemones, the lily of the valley, and crocus, with the Ajuga that will spread as a ground cover around the path. Just Wyatt and I did this install with the help from Mama Kim, who is the master compost soil amendment lady. We walked down here. They were having some water erosion issues here, the steep area where the water floods down the hill. So we buried the pipe coming off of their roof and extended it over towards the maple, which should make the maple tree really happy and also help a little bit with that erosion issue. Over here we built the soil up, added a whole bunch of mulch, and planted some ferns, which are moisture loving and should help as well with the water. Down here along their fence, they're not super happy with the big white fence, so we planted 4 azaleas, all of different colors that will flower really beautifully. It should get up to be about 5-6 feet tall. Here in Maryland, I've actually seen azaleas about 7 feet tall. It seems to be their favorite place to grow. So these will eventually cover this whole area and just flower throughout the year really nicely and provide them with some of that color that they wanted in their landscape. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope you all have a great day. Bye!
White coats and yellow sailboats dancing on a strawberry-filled rain cloud. Baby bats bring charcoal cats to attend a play and frog. They say